रिपोर्टिंग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, यानी रिपोर्टिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स हमारा क्या होगा, वेदर इज अ जनरल पर्पस फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट और दी वेदर इट इज अ स्पेशल पर्पस फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स है क्या। ठीक है। तीसरी चीज टाइमिंग, यार मेरे पास 5 क्लाइंट, ये नया क्लाइंट आया है, ठीक है, तो मेरे पास वो ये कह रहा है कि तुम्हें जो है ना ऑडिट फॉरन स्टार्ट करना है, तो मेरे पास टाइम है, मैं फॉरन ऑडिट स्टार्ट कर सकता हूं, या इसका ऑडिट मुझे कब स्टार्ट करना है, ये ऑडिट स्ट्रेटेजी। चौथी ऑडिट स्ट्रेटेजी क्या है, ऑडिट स्ट्रेटेजी ये है कि यार व्हाट इज द क्लाइंट, इट्स अ फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन, ओके, हमारी कौन सी टीम है, किस पार्टनर के पास, अगर बड़ी फर्म है तो वो डिसाइड करेगा कि ये कौन सा पार्टनर जो है वो इसका एक्सपर्ट है, ठीक है। मैनेजर्स छोटी फर्म है, मेरे पास आएगा तो मैंने देखना है कि भाई मैंने अपने, अगर ये फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस है या फॉर दैट मैटर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी है, तो किस तरह का स्टाफ मुझे चाहिए होगा, फिर किस किस्म की गाइडेंस, किस किस्म की सुपरविजन, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ डायरेक्शंस विल बी रिक्वायर्ड फॉर माय स्टाफ, ठीक है। तो ये स्ट्रेटेजीज का मतलब ये है कि अभी हम बहुत ज्यादा इन नहीं हुए क्लाइंट पे, जी जी जी, ठीक है। इसके बाद कंप्यूटर्स लैपटॉप्स की जरूरत कितनी पड़ेगी, कितने लोग चाहिए, ट्रैवलिंग कितनी करनी पड़ेगी, ये सारा आप डिसाइड करेंगे ना सर स्ट्रेटेजी में, कहाँ कहाँ जाना पड़ेगा, लोकेशंस क्या क्या है, मीटिंग कब कब करेंगे, तो ये दे आर ऑल पार्ट्स ऑफ स्ट्रेटेजी। जो ओवरऑल ऑडिट प्लान है दैट इज इन वेरी डिटेल। अब ये काम एक्चुअल शुरू हो गया आपका, ये स्टार्ट होगा अंडरस्टैंडिंग द क्लाइंट्स बिजनेस, वहां से शुरू होगा, जो मैंने आपको कहा था बिजनेस रिस्क, वी विल अंडरस्टैंड द बिजनेस एक्टिविटीज एंड देन वी विल असेस द रिस्क, वहां से ये स्टोरी विल स्टार्ट एंड वी विल identify, we will understand the entity, we will identify the risk, we will assess the risk, we will respond to the risk, ठीक है, and then we will according prepare, and then finally we will come down कि अब भाई हम अपने छोटों के लिए ऑडिट प्रोग्राम क्या होगा, एग्जीक्यूशन का फेज आ जाएगा। इसीलिए जानबूझ के हमने ऑडिट प्रोग्राम को एग्जीक्यूशन फेज में रखा हुआ है, ठीक है। Have I answered your question? Thank you. So I think now we know a clear distinction between audit strategy, overall audit plan and audit program.
Thank you, Abbas. Thank you for the detailed presentation. Now I would like to invite our second speaker, Mr. Shahid Hussain. Shahid is currently the director of Quality Assurance Department of the Institute. Previously he was director of Technical Advisory Department, and he has been with the Institute since 2000, and before that he was a CFO of a leading media company in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Shahid Hussain.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I think after an exhaustive session by Mr. Abbas Saab, I have very limited time and very limited things to discuss with you people. एक जगह मैं पढ़ा था, बड़ी अच्छी चीज़ थी, और या मैंने कहीं प्रेजेंटेशन में सुना था कि इफ़ यू हैव, ये मैंने अक्सर रिपीट किया, हो सकता है बाद लोगों ने इसको सुना भी हो, कि if you have one coin and I have one coin, if I give my coin to you, you will have 2 coins. I won't have any coin. And if you give your coin to me, I'll have 2 coins, you won't have any coin. But if I have one idea and you have one idea, if we give each other idea, so we'll both have 2 ideas. This is a win-win situation. So after today's session, because we have conducted these sessions already in 5 cities, Multan, Faisalabad, Peshawar, Lahore, Islamabad, and yes, 5 cities. So after conducting such a series of seminar, I think we have learned a lot. Not only we give to the participants, we learn from the participants. So today we have done the same thing, and in next half an hour we'll be doing the same thing. So this section is about reporting. Reporting is very important in the sense that in which you conclude your audit, you conclude your execution phase, and then you issue audit report. So This section comprises of around 15 chapters. It starts with chapter 26. It is about final review of financial statements. So everything is there. I am just going to touch upon a few important things. Because the shortage of time, I cannot discuss or cannot explain or cannot deliberate all the issues which or all the points which have been already covered in the 15 chapters. Actually, I'll tell you why 17 have become 15. Because 3 chapters are part of 1 chapter. So what we have done is that we have removed the number of these 3 chapters. I'll come to you. Because the audit practice manual which you have is 42 chapters. Yeah, now there are 39 chapters. Actually, there is no reduction, only the change in the number. So this is about final review of financial statements. Actually, what auditor is supposed to carry out when he finally review the financial statements? Obviously, he is supposed to carry out mathematical accuracy. He is supposed to see the typing error, if there is any typing error, or these are very little things, but sometimes it becomes very important. And what he is supposed to do is the grouping of accounts is appropriate and consistent with the prior periods. And the same consistency is there in the current year. And the comparative information. Comparative information is appropriately classified with that of prior periods. And if there is amount and other disclosure present in the prior period or when appropriate have been restated. If there is any restatement, then they have been appropriately restated. And the accounting policies. Accounting policies should be consistent. If there is any change, then along with the disclosure, prior year financial statement or prior year figures should also be classified or restated, whatever the requirement is. And the disclosure checklist tailored to the entity's circumstances. You all people know that Institute has issued disclosure checklist, and almost all the SMPs especially, they take guidance from that checklist. So you should be careful that only relevant, and if you need, you can change it. Relevant requirement should be reproduced instead of reproducing the whole checklist. And the financial statement, the most important thing is the financial statement have been prepared in accordance with appropriate pre-designed framework. Because as Abbas Sahab said that this is a precondition. If there is no framework, usually when I was in technical services, we used to receive inquiries from the firms. They say that I am doing the audit and there is no accounting framework for that particular organization. Now the new standards have very clarified this thing, that without the audit framework, this is a precondition. Without this, you should not be carrying out the audit. So this is there. And after completion of the above steps, you issue a draft report along with accompanying the financial statements for the board. So this is about the chapter 26, final review of financial statements. The next chapter is about working of cash flow. This is very simple, very few items there that you are supposed to review the main statement of cash flows with the supporting schedules. And you should also see whether the classification is appropriate and properly presented. Like if it's an investing activity, it should be under the investing activities, not the financing activities. And because why I'm saying this? Because while reviewing financial statements and while reviewing the working papers of the firm, we have noticed that quite a few firms have not paid any heed to it. And because of this is not a very serious thing, but when you are carrying out audit, you should be very careful that financial statements and the cash flow is appropriate and appropriately classified. The next chapter is about chapter 28. This is